A new study shows nearly 46% of truckers are thinking about quitting in the next 12 months. That number is up from 38% in 2022. So in this video, I'm going to show you the real numbers behind why truckers are reaching a breaking point in 2025. It turns out many drivers are leaving the industry because they can no longer handle the stress and burnout. And unfortunately, those that leave are being replaced by new drivers who have no idea what they're getting themselves into. But before we dive into all of that, please take a second to like this video so we can keep the conversation going. Now, here's the thing. The American Trucking Association reports that turnover rates in long-haul trucking still hover around 90%. In fact, 91% of truck drivers quit within the first 12 months of starting their job. Now, when you look at those numbers, that seems to indicate that there's a shortage of truck drivers. But most people don't realize that it's not actually a shortage of truck drivers. It's a high turnover rate that's breaking the system. To put things into perspective, in 2023, diesel jumped over 25% year over year. At the same time, freight rates have remained low, which means many truckers are having to work harder for less money. And if you ask any truck driver, they'll tell you that rising fuel and maintenance costs are eating into their profits. In fact, 91% of drivers say stress affects how safely they drive. And 65% say they're likely to experience driver burnout in the next 12 months. And when you combine that with tight deadlines, shippers expecting next-day delivery. And 48% of drivers say they're often forced to speed in order to make their delivery windows. You can see why so many truck drivers are reaching a breaking point. That's why I want you to subscribe to my channel. Every week I cover trucking news that impacts your bottom line, breaking down the stories that affect truck drivers the most. We discuss everything from rising fuel costs to low freight rates, driver shortages, and more. Basically, anything that could impact your business as a truck driver or a small trucking company. So now let's get back to the video.
One of the biggest problems in trucking is that it's extremely difficult for companies to retain drivers. In fact, 39% of drivers say they'd be willing to work for less pay if it meant they could drive a newer, less problematic truck. But the sad reality is that most trucking companies don't offer that option. And as a result, they're losing good drivers.
And when you talk to drivers about why they left their previous employer, they know. One reason is because they were sick and tired of fixing a broken truck. Trucks are constantly breaking down, and when you add in the cost of repairs, it's burning a hole in your pocket. Most carriers aren't doing anything to help, and that's forcing drivers off the road. In fact, 71% of drivers say they believe the industry is at a crisis level and will soon impact the U.S. economy. Many experienced drivers are hanging up their keys, leaving the trucking industry with a severe shortage of qualified drivers. But when you dig deeper into the data, you'll find that most drivers don't actually quit, they're being pushed out. And that's exactly what's happening in 2025. The truth is that there's no quick fix to this problem. It will take time to find a solution that works for everyone involved. But in the meantime, if you're a new trucker, you need to focus on building a smarter, more sustainable career that will allow you to stick around for the long haul. That's all I got for you today. Till next time, take care of yourself and be safe out there.